The other thing that you do, which I don't do, is storytelling. And uh, I I started a little bit at Forbes doing it and like really admiring Malcolm Gladwell. And then I kind of realized that I don't personally enjoy it as much. And then I felt like I didn't need it as much for things
Mm.
to actually what made it go viral. But now I'm looking back and saying, okay, that's an area I'd like to develop is the storytelling, especially for book writing. I think it's important.
Mm.
Part of me, when I go back to write articles and think about how I'm going to tell my story, I'm like, this is boring or it's not that interesting. And you not only tell your story, but all your photos of your cover images are you, which is
Yeah.
awesome. So, what do you understand that I don't about storytelling and even just having the photo of yourself there that is key for people who want to be successful with online writing? I know you grew up in Quora, but why is it important in other mediums as well?
So this is going to be a very meta concept, but I'm confident that you'll follow. So back when I was a gamer, there's this thing this has always existed in gaming is people would make what are called PvP videos, and PvP stands for player versus player, and it basically would be you'd run around in the game and you would record your screen and you would record you fighting other players. You'd capture really great clips where you would do something flashy or something cool. You'd take all the clips, you'd put it to some 2000s punk music, and then you'd put it out on the internet and be like, look at how amazing I am.
Right.
That's a PvP video.
Yeah. My
What was
son, he plays Minecraft like 4 or 5 hours a day, and he has a YouTube channel, so I'm getting a little bit of this from him.
Yeah, so there you go. Okay, so this was, man, I still have some of these saved on my computer. They're so nostalgic. Like PvP videos are a special thing. But what was amazing about those is, especially when you would watch yourself play, you'd rewatch the clip that you just recorded. You saw yourself in the third person.
Hmm.
You saw yourself outside yourself. And gamers, even I remember like early, 2009, 2010, 2011, like gamers were the first ones to really be like, I'm going to turn myself into a YouTuber and I'm going to use my character as my avatar and I'm going to make this cool logo. Like gamers really got the idea of quote unquote personal branding because they were so used to seeing themselves outside of themselves. You see your
Interesting.
character in front of you.
Yeah.
Right? So when I started in 2013, 2014, that's when like Vine and Instagram were blowing up and you had all these influencer circles starting and all, like, immediately the parallel to me was obvious. It's like, think of yourself as a character and you are creating, everything that you make. That's your PvP video. You're just expressing who this character is to the world. And that's the way I've always thought about it is even though you still want to be authentic to who you are and you want to express, you as a person, you have to also see yourself outside yourself and question how is this being expressed and received on the other end?
Right.
Because when you take, or anyone takes a selfie and puts it on Instagram, like the reality is like if you don't show yourself, people don't see that, right? They don't know what you're doing. They don't know you. They only see what you show them.
Right.
So for me, it's always been this conscious decision making process of like, I want to show and represent who I want to share with you. Same as any influencer, any entertainer, any YouTuber, any whatever. And at this and simultaneously, I want you to also know who I am and associate my work with me, and I want to build that relationship with you and all of those things. So yeah, they're all very like methodical, thought out processes. Not like I'm trying to like trick people. Like they're
No. I mean,
right, but like yeah,
yeah, I've thought about it a lot because it's like the idea of authenticity is a weird idea because there's never any way to show all parts of ourselves. So we always have to choose which parts that we want to share with ourselves. And, you don't want to share parts that don't resonate with other people or as well. So there's kind of finding a balance between what parts you share and what parts will resonate with people as well.
But to your point with storytelling is like just tell your story. Like for me, I bet you know, you say, oh, well, my story is boring or people don't want to hear my story. Dude, I've ghostwritten for so many people. That's what everybody says. That's what everybody says. But when you start talking to them and you start asking questions, you find you have to know what to listen for. And there's always these nuances, you know, you'll just randomly be like, well, you know, there's that one time I took this trip and I was in this other country and I was standing there and I saw this guy and it made me think about this. And like you don't even realize that you are telling a story. You just don't think about it that way.
Right, right.
And so for me with ghostwriting, that's what has really trained that in me is I know what to listen for and I know how to ask questions that get people to start just like going down these rabbit holes.
Are
And
there
I know,
any books or worksheets on what those questions are and what to look for?
oh, now you're giving me
That
the idea I should make one.
seriously, yeah.
But it's always to be honest, my like the easiest way to think about it is I feel like anytime you say to yourself, this is boring, nobody's going to care about this, that is almost always a neon sign that that's your inner critic and that is something that people will resonate with.